Good morning, Sam. It is Monday, November 28th, 2022.
That's correct, right?
I'm sorry that I incorrectly said that our charity event ended last Friday. I wasn't aware that we were going until Tuesday. Because that's the case, I think it's important to note that we are only lacking $153 as a contribution in order to reach our goal of $1,500 to the conservation fund. If you haven't donated, if you've thought about donating, consider donating today. We're so close to reaching that goal. Just a little bit more will get us there. Please, please, please consider donating. Can you see this? I have you see this pimple on my cheek? I saw that today and I realized that was all I was going to be able to think about the entire time I was recording this video. You know, if you've been watching Sam and Meshach for a while, you know that acne is one of the things that I've struggled with in my life. I've made a couple of videos about it through the years, sharing some of the practical advice that actually helped me to overcome cystic acne throughout my life. And when a blemish like this happens to poke its ugly head through my skin, I become completely absorbed by it. I want this thing to go away more than I want most things to happen. I can't even quite explain it. When something like this happens, there's like this obsession in me to get rid of the said blemish on my face. I have numerous solutions, all of which kind of work, but the one that really works, the one that works every time, is patience. You have to give it time. It will just go away eventually. You can coax it along in the process with some ice or crushed aspirin or some over-the-counter medication, but something like this really just has to go away. And the problem is that when something like this pokes its head through my skin, that's all I can think about. So when I felt like when I was making this video, that is all that I would be thinking about the entire time. As I sat editing this video, I'd be thinking about the blemish on my face. When I posted that thumbnail, that would be my consideration. And so instead of sitting with that silently, I thought I would just bring that to the forefront and let all of you know, and in a little bit on the secret about how my brain up here works. Because you see, like, struggling with something like my acne breakouts has both been a struggle that I've experienced and also continues to be a struggle. I'm constantly in a state of paranoia that they're gonna come back. If you haven't seen, watch some of my earlier videos where I go into this in depth about sort of the craziness of the breakouts that I used to have. They were bad. They were like really, really bad. And when something like this pops up, it brings back this flood of emotions and concerns and fears surrounding that experience that I had. And like in reality, it hasn't really been that bad since I was in high school. But occasionally I will have flare-ups where for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, I'll start to have more breakouts or start to have more blemishes. And when that happens, it enacts the same fear that I had when literally there wasn't a square inch of my face that wasn't bright red and puffy and disgusting. And as much as I want to spout some message of self-love and self-acceptance, I want to be totally honest that I haven't reached that point. It's still a feeling of fear. Right? When something like this pops up, I'm deadly afraid of what is going to happen next. I was experiencing kind of a series of breakouts a couple of months ago, and I just started stripping foods out of my diet. I was so concerned that like something I was eating or doing was causing these breakouts to happen. There was almost an entire month went by where I didn't have like sugar or alcohol or dairy and basically lived on like beans and rice and turkey. It's not something I talk about a lot these days because it's not a active thing, but it definitely is this pervasive force in everything that I'm doing. If for like whatever reason I don't wash my face before I go to bed, I'm paranoid for the next 3 days that I'm gonna have some series of breakouts. So it sort of exists as this cloud behind everything all of the time. I'm always constantly concerned that it's going to come flying back. And who knows, it might. Right? I think to some degree what I've learned in the past couple of years is that we don't really know why people have acne. We have like certain suspicions about it, but the medications that are even used to treat acne, like most of them, it was just discovered as a side effect of another medication. So it's not even like we have like medicine that's specifically designed to solve the problem in the long term. Acknowledging that I'm still afraid of this thing is just like the first step of all of this. And taking steps to try to reach a point of more self-acceptance is good. And I am attempting to do that, and we'll see where I'm at. If I'm hoping that at 24, that's a lot better than at 22, but right now, I still don't have that. When my face breaks out, I look in the mirror and I can't help feeling anything but disgust for what I see. Like this morning for my video, I was like really self-conscious about like, what should I do? Should I post? Should I like show my face on camera? Because this like, you know, tiny little red dot that's less than a centimeter across next to my nose makes me that self-conscious. And so I feel like maybe just addressing it is a good place to start. But there's definitely a lot more work for me to be doing internally. This doesn't really relate to the conservation fund at all, but maybe a little insight into how my old noggin works. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching, listening to me ramble. Don't forget, Conservation Fund, one more day, $153 to go to hit that $1,500 goal. Thank you to everyone who has already donated and supported us in this project. It's been a blast. It's been so much fun to create regular videos again. I feel like I have an opportunity just to make things like this that might not have happened if I was only making one video a week and I felt like there was so much importance resting on that singular video. But Schmackers, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you are new here. And Sam, I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of our charity event. Peace, everybody.